Hi, and welcome to another episode of The Well of Inspiration right here on the Cradle of Life. It is a production by the Cradle of Life. Wellington joins me again today to inspire and motivate you. Wellington, hi.
Hi, Don. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing very well. Very, very well. I am not complaining.
I know you never complain.
Yes, life is good so far, so I'm not complaining at all.
Gratitude always, huh? Gratitude always.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Wellington, today, I think you're putting the question forward. Are you ready? Let's dive into this subject today. Tell us a bit more.
Okay. You know what? I come across in my work, working with people as a coach and a trainer and just interacting with people in general, I come across so many aspirational people. People who are working hard to achieve things in their lives, to bring things into life that were not there before, to develop themselves, empower themselves, and take those that they love along with them on a journey to achieve success and fulfillment. But one of the things that I have recognized is that most of the times people have clearly defined what they want. They know what success they are looking for and they are working for it. But what often happens is that they do not work to prepare themselves to become the people who are ready to receive the success that they want. So much that sometimes when the success comes, one, they're not able to identify it because it's happening, but they were not prepared to receive it. Secondly, when they actually receive it, they're not able to keep it or sustain it because they did not prepare themselves to hold on to the success and to deal with who they become after they achieve success. That is why I believe in the concept that instead of waiting on achieving the goal, let us work hard to develop ourselves into the people who are ready to receive the success when it does show up. Because I believe if you do the right things at the right time and you're focused and dedicated and committed, success will come. But when it comes, will you be ready to receive it?
Wow, I think that's a very good question that you can actually put forward to everyone who is watching this today. Are you ready for that success that you have been actually working so hard to actually get? Now, I think Wellington is going to go in and talk to us about how. Wellington, am I correct?
Yes, you are. But before we get there, I think sometimes when I talk to people, most of the times they think they are ready. Okay? But when you get closer to their situation, you ask them why they think they're ready. And they haven't actually sat down to identify the things that they need to do as individuals for them to be able to be ready to receive the success that is coming their way. Now, I want us to get closer to ourselves. Look at yourself as an individual. Think about the thing that you want to achieve, the goal that you've been working so hard for. Think of that goal. Now, when you think of that goal, I want you to answer this question honestly. Are you ready to receive that goal? Are you ready? Because you see, when the goal comes, it's going to usher with it opportunities. When the goal comes, it's going to usher with it challenges. When the goal comes, it's going to ask you the question, what are you going to do to make sure we remain in this position of success? Answer these questions honestly to yourself. If you discover that there's a point where you think you need to reevaluate, where you need to recalibrate your life to be able to get ready for this success, then now is the time, my friends, for you to take the necessary action to prepare yourself to receive the success that is coming your way. Because trust me, it is coming. If you're doing the right things, you've got your goals set and you're working hard, success will come. But what is success to you? When it comes, will you be able to see it? And what will you do once the success comes your way? Are you ready?
I think that's such a great question, Wellington, because a lot of us want success. A lot of us are working to succeed. But like you say, once it comes your direction, do you have everything that you need in play? You've set it aside and said, these are the steps I'm going to take once that success comes, and be able to utilize the success to your advantage.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, think about money, for example. Most of the times we've got financial goals we set for ourselves, and we do the work to achieve the goal. But when the money comes, for many people, the money will come, but because the money has come, somehow they elevate their life, they upgrade their lives to the point where the money flies away quicker than it came their way, and they only wake up when either the money is finished or there's very little of it left. And then they wonder what happened. What really happened in that case is that they worked to achieve success, but they were not prepared to handle success when it comes. They didn't teach themselves what to do with money when it comes, how to retain it, how to make it grow, how to make it sustainable into the future, what to invest in it, and how to spend it, how to plan for spending your money in such a way that it is controlled, it is manageable, and it sets you up to do better. More importantly, how to use that money to invest in themselves so that they continue growing. So this is the preparation I'm talking about. Are you ready? Have you done the work to get yourself ready to receive the success that you talk about?
Wellington, when you talk about the whole money aspect, we all work to get that money, but like you're saying, do we put it into the use that it's supposed to go, to continue, to stretch, to allow you to elevate, to allow you to grow, to allow you to invest? These are really critical things that I think a lot of us are missing when it comes to success. Like you say, sometimes a lot of people just put that money towards something that is for there and now. They elevate themselves for that moment in time and forget to think about what comes next. How will I make this money sustain for the coming months? How will I invest in it so that we know that whatever we've put into the business, into what we're working for, will actually help us to grow the business as well?
Absolutely. And it's not only just money, but think about health. I see people work hard in the area of health, losing weight, getting stronger, building muscle. When you put in the work, the results will come. But here's the question. When the results come, are you ready to sustain the results? What are you doing to be able to ensure that the health you receive when it comes is actually there and stays with you for the long haul? What are you doing to your diet? What are you doing to your mindset? What are you doing to your workout regime? Are you in there just to get the result and stop? Or are you in there to get the result and work harder to sustain the results in the long term? What is your goal? Is it a short-term, medium-term, long-term goal? And are you prepared to work on it all the way through? So these are the critical questions. It can be anything, but these two examples of money and health are common among many of us. And if we're not prepared to handle the success that comes our way, my friends, that success will dissipate in no time. So always ask yourself, am I ready? And if I'm not ready, what can I do about it right now?
And Wellington, when you talk about, the whole money aspect of this and the whole health aspect, I think another thing that I've been thinking about as you talk about this, people. Who do you have in your circle, in your surroundings that you are working with for this success? Are they people who are actually going to help you grow, going to keep you in the right direction? Or are they people who are just there either to use you or just there for this moment in time and not ready to, be with you throughout it for the long haul?
Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, when we come back from the break, we're going to talk a little bit more about the things that we can do in order to get ourselves ready to receive success.
All right, you heard it from Wellington himself. Do not go anywhere. Welcome back. You know, as humans, we tend to want to work for certain things in our lives. We have purposes and we work towards achieving our dreams. Wellington has put forward the question today. Are you ready for the success that comes with that hard work that you've actually put forward? He's spoken about the money aspect of things. When you receive that money that you've worked so hard for, what are you going to do with it? What are you doing with it? Are you doing the right things like investing? Are you doing the right things like putting that money aside for future? Are you putting it in the different departments that it needs to go to? Or are you just, enjoying that success for this moment in time, as well as your health? We tend to work for our health. We put our health at the forefront. We say, I really want to be this way. I want to look this way. I want to feel healthy. But when you get the result from all that you've put together for your health in particular, do you actually allow that result to sustain itself in the sense where you keep going and keep pushing for that result? You don't just let it be, okay, I've done what I need to do, and you stop there. Are you continually working on your health, or are you just leaving it there? Wellington.
Yes, Dawn, you summarize it very, very well, So I just want to get into the space now where we give the practical information that can be taken by anybody. Try it out and see if it works for you. And my belief is that the information we're giving you today is not information that you may not be knowing, but it's information that we are reminding you that it is good for you to try out. And my hope and my dream is that you're going to try this information out. If it works for you, please take it and run with it. If it doesn't work for you, please look around for the best information that resonates with you and that you can apply to your life. Now, when we think about getting ourselves ready for success, one of the most important things is for us to learn to understand ourselves deeply. You've got to do some work on yourself for you to be able to understand yourself deeply. You see, as individuals, we all have our own beliefs, our values, the things that really matter to us, our reason for doing what we do, our big why for what we do, the motivating factors, the impact we want to make in the world. Sit down with yourself and understand yourself deeply. When you understand yourself deeply, then when your goals begin to come to fruition, you see which area of your life they are fulfilling. And that can be an ingredient that motivates you to work on it and sustain it for the long term and getting yourself ready for the success. The next thing to remember is we've got to use our natural talents. You see, when it comes to success, sometimes when we try to go artificial and try to do things we're not really good at, it doesn't last. You can't do it for too long. And even if you achieve success, that success is not sustainable. It will only be fleeting for a moment. And then when time comes, you can no longer sustain that fake life or that sort of copycat mentality that you're living with. Then the real you will show up. And if the real you is not ready to deal with the success that this other person has achieved, you will be in a position where that success begins to dissipate and you cannot handle it yourself. Absolutely. And the other thing is, look, you have to commit yourself to continuous growth. You see, success comes about when we work on things every single day, and from day to day, we make progress towards what we want to achieve. So as we make progress, we are growing. Now, that growth process can be painful, can be difficult, but if you've made a commitment to continuous growth, it is that growth that shapes you into the person that is ready to receive success when the time comes.
I like, Wellington, these 3 points that you've put forward, especially when it comes to understanding yourself deeply. I think when you understand yourself deeply, you can actually allow yourself to grow and do the things that you need to do to put everything in place for that success so that when it comes, you can sustain it. And I think also, understanding yourself deeply allows you to put the right people in place around you so that as the success comes, you have that foundation that is solid, that foundation that will help you sustain that success as it comes your way.
Absolutely. You are totally right. And because we mentioned money in the beginning, I just want to remind us that we should make it a point as we prepare ourselves for success. oftentimes our success comes with a dollar sign attached to it. So we begin to see financial prosperity. Our numbers in the bank account begin to grow. So as you work towards getting yourself ready for success, also learn about finances. This is very critical. You see, money is the fuel that makes our lives efficient, that makes our lives comfortable. And if we get it today and lose it tomorrow, we get into this period of disequilibrium that makes things uncomfortable for us, which is why I recommend that each and every person learns about money, how to make money, how to keep money, and how to grow money. You've got to be able to understand the work you have to put in for the revenue to come your way. And when it comes, what do you need to do to make sure that you don't lose that money? And while you have the money, what can you do to make sure the money continues to grow and prepare you for the future and increase your resources, not only for yourself, but for you, for your loved ones, for your families, and for future generations. When we build capital in our ecosystem, that sets up things nice and easy for those that come after us. If someone who is in your family wants to start a business, you want to be the person who can give them financial advice and who can give them the starting capital that you can provide, because you have learned to build the resources, to keep the resources, and to make them grow. So we have to be able to learn about money and equip ourselves for financial prosperity for the long term. So this is something I advocate for very much for each and everyone who is looking towards achieving success.
I think it's very critical, Wellington, that people learn about this, learn about your finances. Very, very critical. I think even if you're not just, having your own business, you're not running your own business, you're working for somebody, learn about finances. Even if you're working towards a dream that you want to achieve for yourself, it'd be great for you before you go into your own business, for example, that you know about finances so you can actually allow yourself to grow from the beginning as you plant the seed of that business.
Absolutely. So this is what I really believe in. And I think we also need to remember that with success comes a certain level of stress. I call it stress, but you can call it anything else. The stress that comes from success is the stress that comes from dealing with success. If you're running a business, as your business grows and your balance sheet begins to grow and your revenue line begins to grow, now you have a situation where you have to learn to manage a team. Grow your team. There's more people to deal with, more mouths to feed, more responsibility coming your way. So if you're getting yourself ready for success, you should also build your mental capacity to be able to handle the stress and the mental demands that come with success. Because success comes with responsibility, and with responsibility comes challenges. And when you face challenges, if you have not prepared yourself mentally and given yourself the mental capacity to deal with the challenges that come with success, you might find yourself faltering. And if it's a business, it begins to falter. If it's family finances that have suddenly grown and become overwhelming, you will find yourself not being able to manage them carefully, and you end up losing out in the process. So the stress that comes with success needs to be managed, and you've got to prepare yourself mentally to deal with all these things.
Now, as Wellington is wrapping up on this episode, the question to our viewers today is, are you ready to sustain that success that is coming your way for all the hard work that you've put together? Now, if you've watched this episode, I think now it's become an eye-opener to you to see all the different things that you need to put together and put in place for you to be able to sustain that success. It's something that is eye-opening. Wellington, I have to be honest with you, I feel that our viewers will really learn a lot from this episode when it comes to building themselves up, when it comes to knowing what comes after that hard work that they've put together, to be able to sustain it to keep it going and keep it flowing for them. Wellington, thank you so much for this episode.
It has been a pleasure, and I'm inviting everybody to really examine their lives and look closely at what they are wishing for and hoping for and working towards, and making sure that they are preparing themselves for the success that is coming. I wish you all the very best in whatever you're working on, and get yourself ready, because success is on its way to you.
Fantastic. Wellington, thank you so much. Don't forget to follow The Well of Inspiration on the website. It's www.wellofinspiration.com, and The Cradle of Life, that is www.thecradleoflife.co. Are you ready for that success? We've given you the things that you need to put in place to be ready. Wellington, asante sana.
Thank you so much, Don. It's been a pleasure being here today, and have yourself a wonderful week ahead.
And the same to you. Till next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.